the ground shake.
Good morning, gentle ladies, gentle giants, dudes, dudettes. This is TechFan95 with a new WA build and a new WA guide. Thanks to my good friend Lucerina, however you say your name, Paul, for giving me this build. This build has worked out amazingly. This build is for Conquest. I haven't tried it in Arena or Joust or anything like that yet. Uh, So if you're not familiar with Nuwa, let's go ahead and jump into her abilities. Her passive is Strength of Wood. After 5 successful basic attacks, Nuwa's next basic attack will root enemies. So the root duration is 1.5 seconds. It's pretty nice. Pretty much what it looks like is these roots come out of the ground, grab you, and you're kind of stuck there. So that's nice. Her one is a Mysterious Fog. It's a ground target. Nuwa condenses moisture into fog at her location, which then rolls forward away from her. She and her allies are stealthed while inside the fog and have increased movement speed. Attacking breaks the stealth effect. Enemies that run into the fog take damage and continue to take additional damage again every second they're in the fog. The damage goes up to 150. Damage per tick is 50, so damage per second, 50 damage per second. Initial damage is at 150. Lifetime of 6 seconds with a movement speed of 10%. So that's pretty nice, and this is what it looks like. Do this real quick. So you do get to be stealth while in it, which is really nice and fun. Whenever I have a new WA on my team, if I'm jungling, as she puts that out, I always like to go in it just to kind of do a little intimidation factor on the people it's going towards. I've had a lot of people like base like an Agni. Sorry, like an Agni. I've made him waste his ult, which isn't really a waste, but he still uses it and he misses, so that's a good thing. And her 2 ability is Clay Soldiers. She forms clay soldiers from the earth. These soldiers have health equal to 200 plus 20% of Nuwa's maximum health and deal damage with basic attacks. Enemies hit by their initial charge will take damage and have their magical protections reduced. Damage goes up to 60 per hit. Magical protection reduction is 25 for 2 seconds, max of 3 stacks. And soldiers conjured up to 3 for 10 seconds. So just to kind of show you what these guys look like. They're going to run off and do their own thing. Have fun, my friend. To battle. Now this ability really scales well with your 3. It goes from 1 soldier at first level, 2 at second, and then it doesn't go and it goes to 3 at max. So what I normally like to do when I'm leveling her abilities is level 1, get the 3, which is what I'm going to talk about, and then the 2, then the 1, then the 2, and then max out your 3. Because your 3 ability is Shining Metal. Mass Shining Metal, damaging all enemies it hits. If it hits one of her clay soldiers, it explodes, dealing additional damage and stunning enemies. So the damage it does is 250, and the minion explode per minion is 150. So if you've got if you're at what, 1, 2, 3, 4, if you're at level 4 with 2 minions out, 150 times 30 times 2, 60. That's an extra 60 damage on top of the 90 it's going to do. So it's a pretty good chunk of damage there. Her ult is kind of weak but very useful at the same time. It's global. Goes into the clouds, gaining visibility on all enemy gods and summoning fire shards from the sky to damage each of them. Does 100 damage at first level up to 400 damage at max. This is really good for securing kills. Especially if like during team fights or whatever and you gotta get the hell out. I am right here. You need to calm the fuck down, Smite. Sorry. Someone's really low and getting away, pop that. I have gotten double and triple kills with this ult before. It's very fun. Feels really good when you get something like that. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about the abilities like I was talking about. You have to get 1 in your 3, 1 in your 2, 1 in your 1, and then 1 in your 2, go ult, and then pretty much max this out first with that as well. You're gonna max out your 2 last, pretty much. So your 3, 1, 2. That's pretty much what order we're going in. Let's go ahead and go into. Let's go ahead and go into our items. Sorry, I just woke up. Literally took like two drinks out of this coffee. So I apologize. So the build that we run with is right here. It is a very, very slow starting build. So in the beginning, you're playing the most passively you've ever played in your whole freaking life. Because you're going to start out with tier 1 of Book of Thoth with either Soulstone or Vampiric Shroud. I prefer Soulstone because it gives you the extra 60 magical power with your next ability that you use on somebody. So it's a lot extra poke. Or if you feel like you're having issues managing your health and mana because you're new to this build, you're new to new one, you don't know how aggressive you can or cannot be, then go with the Vampiric Shroud. But I normally run with the Soulstone. You're going to finish your Book of Thoth, because the Book of Thoth does give you the 125 mana, 15 MP5, 100 magical power, and you gain 10 mana per stack, receiving 5 stacks per god kill, 1 stack for minion kill, 75 stacks max. Additionally, 3% of your mana is converted to magical power. This will help you get a big boost in the beginning. Huge boost in damage. So we're going to go Book of Thoth and then Rod of Tahuti. I questioned this build a lot as well when Paul gave it to me. But you go Rod of Tahuti, it's giving you 357 power. That's without any stacks on the Book of Thoth. So you got 357 plus the 60 magical power it's going to give you when you have 5 stacks of this. This is a whole lot of burst way fucking early. You can almost one-shot your mid laner at this point if you hit him with your clay minions in your 3. But the real icing on the cake... Oh, sorry, if you don't know what Rod of Tahuti is, it's 125 magical power, 15 MP5, and increases your magical power by 25%. So it does give you quite the boost in the beginning. So yeah, that's why you go with that second. Third item, Polynomicon. This is the real icing on the cake, guys. This really makes it 75 magical power, 300 mana, 10% magical lifesteal. Using an ability gives you next basic attack within the next 8 seconds, 75% of your magical power as additional magical damage. This effect can only apply once every 2 seconds. So putting this on, you bump up to 462 magical power, and 75% of that 462, this is without any stacks of your Book of Thoth, by the way. Keep that in mind. 75% of that is also going to be counted towards your next basic attack. So give me just a moment to show you real quick. I'm gonna go play with this guy. And this is without any stacks of the Book of Thoth. So it's some pretty good damage, pretty decent. An extra 208 damage. So with that, it did an extra 208 damage. I don't know if you saw that, but 349 right there. It's amazing. This is the point. Once you get Polynomicon online, and you can hit your minions, you can one-shot almost anybody you're going against at this point. Especially with how early in the game it is, with it being your third item. Like, are you serious? It's broken. It's honestly fucking broken. So after Polynomicon, you're not going to get cooldown boots. We're going to go for the Shoes of the Magi for the penetration. Gives you 45 magical power, 10 magical pen, and 18% movement speed. The reason you're getting boots so late is because these are your core items to make this build really work. And getting them as early on as you as early as you possibly can does give you the edge in your lane. Oh my god, guys, I'm so sorry. It really does give you the edge you need in your lane. It makes you a really big threat very early, and as long as you're ahead in your lane, there's really nothing that anybody can do to stop you at any point. Especially when you have your combo online, which is the stun from your minions and the extra fucking like you're gonna hit them for like 800 for a basic attack after you explode them. So pretty much anybody who comes up in your grill is getting deleted. But after choosing the Magi, we're gonna go into Soul Reaver. Soul Reaver gives you 100 magical power, 300 mana, and when a god takes damage from your abilities, they take 15% of their maximum health and additional damage. Multiple gods are hit, the damage is applied to the one with the greatest maximum health. I keep trying to find the best way possible to save this. Like, if you're able to, like, use common sense for the proc pretty much. Like, if you see a whole lot of people who are low on health and you have your ult ready and Soul Reaver is ready, use your ult. Have your ult count for the Soul Reaver proc. Or simply just wait or use your 3 with it on the minions for the combo and do an extra 15% damage that way as well. So it's almost any situation is good to use your Soul Reaver proc. The cooldown on it is so long. It's 60 seconds. I know that doesn't sound like long, but it's long. I feel like it's too long. Last item, we're going to go ahead and sell the Soulstone and get Spear of Desolation. Spear of Desolation is actually a newer item. Sorry, I'm going to go off camera for I'm about to rewatch this and try to find out how long my mic has been muted. That's awesome. Spear of Desolation is a newer item that I have just recently fallen in love with. It gives you 120 magical power, 20 magical penetration. If you kill an enemy god, all of your cooldowns are reduced by 8 seconds. This cannot activate more than once every 30 seconds. So pretty much, if you use your whole kit to kill somebody, I'll give you a quick example. So this is at 18 seconds, this is at 8 seconds. So if you use this combo and get a kill with it, that's instantly refreshed. And that goes down to 10 seconds. Very useful in team fight situations for the fact of which that it allows you to dish out more damage during the team fight, which is lovely. But hopefully this build makes sense to you. Didn't make sense to me at first until I started playing with it. Learn how passive you really have to be with it. At least until you get your Polynomicon online, then that's when you can start pushing out a little more. And it just feels great. Let's go ahead and talk about relics here. Depending on who you're going against in mid lane, I normally just play it safe and get Sanctuary. Because she is very squishy. If somebody catches you off guard, you're pretty screwed in the pooch. Sanctuary and Sprint is what I usually go for because she doesn't have any getaway. Her only getaway is her Fog Cloud, and that's a very small space. And most of the time, everybody has abilities that they can use in here to get that extra poke damage off on you. So Sanctuary and Sprint has always been a good. Has always been a very good pair up for me as far as New WoW goes. If you're looking to do an extra little bit of damage, you can pick up the Sunder if you want, if you think you can hit it. But honestly, with this build, you shouldn't need to do any other damage with any other relics. So Sanctuary and Sprint are your best options at this point. So once again, let me go ahead and get these stacks up to 75, and then we'll be back in a minute. All right, I'll show you guys what the damage output is after. Alrighty, so with 75 stacks of the Book of Thoth and a full build online, we're looking at 804 magical power. That's a pretty good chunk of magical power. You know what? Let me just go back over here. I don't know why I walked back this way. With full stacks of the Book of Thoth, I'm going to show you how much damage your basic attack is doing after the Polynomicon prog. So we do that. 603 extra damage on top of your 242. So you're practically hitting for about 800 with your these guys don't count because they don't have any protections or anything, and they're just little bitch boys. But you get the main gist. It's a lot of damage, a lot of burst. 597 with the Polynomicon proc. So this build is very self-reliant. You do need to do a whole lot of farm in the beginning. Ganks are not something you are looking for. If somebody rotates, you still need to rotate with them, but don't dive into the team fight, at least until you get that Polynomicon online. You need your Polynomicon to be online in order for this build to work. It's very reliant on the poly. So, anyways, this is the new WoW build that was given to me from Paul Lucerina. I'm gonna put his name up here. You guys can look him up, add him up on Smite. Go play with him. He's a really cool dude. If there's anything in this build that you think could be changed out to do a little more oomph or work out a little better, please feel free to let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to look at the Twitch page. Go like the Twitch. Give this page a like if you would be so kind. Check out my Facebook page, the clan's Facebook page, all in the description. And yes, thank you for watching. Y'all have a good day. I'm gonna finish this coffee before I do anything else. Peace.